Here we have a Metamec Quartz clock I got from a charity shop. Now, there's what I paid for it, £12. I just like the look of it. Normally I don't buy things that don't work, but I knew this wasn't working because when I saw it, it was an hour behind, an hour in front, and that was last year, just before the clocks changed. But anyway, I liked it. It's really heavy. It's got a nice dial. It says made in England. It did have an R2 battery in it. I don't know where it is. Anyway, I've just stuck in an AA battery and I'm going to show you what it does. So if I turn that on, works quite nicely. It's got a nice tick, but it's obviously running slow. And in fact, it only ran for a few hours and then it just stopped. So I've been meaning to open this up and find out if I can clean it. You know, it's not as if I haven't got enough broken things in the house, but that clock has been sitting at 10 to 7 for a year and annoying me. So now I'm going to see if I can clean it up and get it running on time. So it says it's a quartz clock and the mechanism is Kienzle, Germany. I must admit I've never seen one like this, so let's see what it's like inside and let's see if I can get it going. I probably overpaid £12. Anyway, I've quite liked the clock and I'd quite like to get it going before the clocks change again. So the first thing is to get into it and remove the mechanism. Right, let's see if we can do that. Well, let's see, there's a few screws here. So let's take that out and see where we are. Okay, that lifts off. Okay, right. I can see there's some metal tabs here to take this off. Right, let's take that out. Let's bend these up because we're going to need to get into the clock face. Just seems to be stuck here. Aha! There we go. There we go. Well, that is solid. Okay. That's a nice clock face. Can I get these hands off without damaging it? I'm wondering if that just lifts up the second hand. It looks like it lifts up, but seems reluctant to come out. that's how it looks. To be honest with you, I don't know why that won't come out. Okay, so now let's see if we can get into this. So we've got a couple of tabs here. See if we can get into this without breaking it. Okay. So I've got this little knob that doesn't go through. Hope I did not break that. I think it's okay. Right. So now get that. Okay. Yeah. Still won't come out. I don't know why. Something's sticking out on this side. I think it's this. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I finally got into it. Okay. So let's see if we can remove some wheels. Everything's so stuck. Aha! I just pushed that in. I don't know if this is a mistake. Because the whole lot's going to come out now. This is probably a mistake. Oh, watch these little wires to the coil. Ah. As these get broken, the whole thing is going to stop working. Oh no. Oh no, I can't believe they're just held together. Oh wow. So I'm talking about these two little wires here that are connecting to the coil. this is just this. No. No, this is too delicate. This is going to break. I'm going to put it back together before I break the whole thing. And I'm going to content myself with trying to just clean it in situ a bit. I'm just going to put a little bit of solder on there. Now I'm going to try and remove this wire. There we go. That's one. Can't see the other one. So here we go. It says on it, by the way, Kienzle, West Germany. No jewels, unadjusted, says there. This might be the last you see of it, because if I try and take this apart, I think it might well break. If I could get that pin out, I could at least take some of these wheels out. If I could get that pin out, I could at least clean these. But I wouldn't be able to take. What I really want to do is separate them so I can clean all the bearings on them. And I think it's this that's holding it here and here. But trying to get that apart could be disastrous. So let me show you what happened when that all came apart. Yes, it broke it. So this tab is now broken. Interestingly, this tab, you can see, was broken probably during manufacture. That one goes there. So yes, it's broken there. Now what I should have done, I think, on reflection, is probably cut that off, and then I could have put a little screw in there. So hot knife that off. Same on the other side, and then I could have put a little screw. This one was broken. So what am I going to do? Well, I think I'm going to have to try the glue method and then clamp it. Anyway, so I've now got it apart. Finally. So now we can give it a clean, try and glue it back together and see if it's going to work better. So let's do that. Just going to use some buds and a little bit of alcohol and give this a clean up. That's a little spring, interestingly. I thought it was a switch at the start, but it's a little spring. Put that back there. Give this a It's quite dirty. No wonder it's not running well. Give all this a clean, particularly where the wheels go. You can see there, one goes, that little hole there, that's where another one goes, and there. Also gonna clean this bit, because I'm gonna be gluing it. Right. There. That's the shaft. What I'm going to do is use some blue tack. Yes, I haven't got the proper stuff, I forget what it's called. And this just gets any dirt and stuff out of the teeth. Okay. I'm going to give that shaft a little wipe with the alcohol. I'm also going to try and clean this in here. You can see it's dirty, actually. It's difficult to see that here, but I can see dirt in there. Okay. I'm going to get the other wheels. Okay, that's the circuit board. I think I've got them all. There's only two actually. And this is some kind of switch. So these are very delicate looking, made of plastic. Crikey. So what I need to do is just put a little bit of oil. So first of all, I think this one goes here. No, this one goes here. No, not even that. This one goes here, I think, so that it goes through to the other side and contacts that wheel. There we go, I'm turning it now. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of watch oil. Just the tiniest amount. On the shaft here. And a tiny amount on the bearing here. I can't even see if there's any on there. Okay. I'm going to stick that through there if I can. Okay, there we go. That's that little spring. Okay, and that must be the second hand. Okay, and then the next wheel, I think is this one. So that one, I can see where it should go. I'm going to put a tiny amount of oil. I might just put a tiny amount in there. Some sort of dirt go in there. Okay, put a tiny amount on there. Tiny amount on the wheel. And put this in here. No, that doesn't go there. Where does it go? Must be the other way around. Like that. Okay. Could do with something to hold this anyway. And then I've got the motor, so I can see where the motor goes. Just going to put a tiny amount of oil on each end. A tiny amount on the actual thing. Now I'm going to have to do this with my hand, I think, because there we go. And now we need to get this onto here and into the right hole. Darn difficult to see if it's in or not. I think it is. So you saw me, I just snapped that into place. I think it's looking good. Okay. So what I need to do now is just put a little bit of glue on that. So I'm going to use, and I'm going to clamp it with this, and hopefully that doesn't look all the way down on this side. That's why I hate these clips. it's in. Is everything still free? I think so. I just put a little bit of glue in that and then just put it in there and in there. So I'm going to do, let's see. Okay, let's just leave that, see if that's going to work. Okay, well, I've left it over lunchtime. Let's see. Well, hopefully it'll hold together. Sorry about the noise of the chainsaw. There's always somebody outside with a chainsaw. Right. So, I need to get it together again with the motor. So, you can't see this, but I'm looking at a picture that I did, that I took of my previous video. So, I think this piece so this goes like this, and these are the wires that go up. That's funny, it looks upside down, so it goes round like that, and these are the wires that go up to the circuit board. So I'm just going to make sure that these are free. That one should go around there. I wonder what happens if I get the wires round the wrong way. Will the motor start going backwards? I don't think so. So this will go on like that from what I'm looking at. So it should just click down. Does that look right? And then the other bit. Oh, wait now. Does this bit go on first or second? This bit will go here. What I don't know is which way it's overlapped. No, I think that's right. It's like that. So now it's a question of trying to get these clipped back on without breaking the whole thing. I really didn't need to take this bit off. So you can see it's not right down, but it's pretty good. It's not straight. I'm going to say that's okay. And I'm going to put this bit on and see how it goes. Squeeze that a little bit. Right. I'm hoping that's good enough. It's not right down on these tabs. I think this should go on there, like that, so that's the switch. Okay. Just going to give that switch a little clean. Yeah, I think this goes on like that. So that the switch comes through the circuit board. Yep, like that. That's the way it went. So now I've got to solder on. Don't want that circuit board to come off, so I'm just going to put a bit of blue tack. It's not actually held by anything. And then I'm going to solder these two wires on. Now, I think this wire. Oh no, I don't know which one went which. The long one. And does it matter? It's just, haha, this is what I don't know. Does it matter which way around it goes? Okay. I think I've got it in place. It's a bit blobby, I don't care. It's a very delicate wire. Now to get the other one. Okay, well, I've done it. Are they on? I think they are. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. I think they're okay. What I have got, I'll just turn it off. Although I don't actually think that turns it off. I think I've got the proper battery for it. So I think it's one of these, hopefully. It looks quite big. Let's see now. Ready? That looks better. Right. So I think what I'll do is I'll mount it and I'll do another test. Alright, so I've got it set to 18:08. Of course, that button is for setting the time. Should have realised that. I'm going to set it to 18:08. 10, let's say 1809. 1809 and 7 seconds, and then I can just hit that little button. 180908, that'll do. There we go. Now it's going. Right, I'm going to mount it and see how she keeps time. What's the time now? Well, it's just coming up to 14:14, and if we look at the Metamec clock, it's also coming up to 14:14, and it's running, oh, I would say about 10 seconds behind. So I'm really happy with that, because that's a week and 2 days ago, so it's been running pretty much bang on. So I would say it's a good clock and it's worth trying to service. Now, you may see these advertised with taking an AA battery, that type of battery, but that will mean it's probably got one of these cheaper type clock mechanisms that have been put in it. And as we know, the Metamec, or the mechanism in that clock, is a cut above that. So if it takes an R2 battery or a C2 battery, then you know they've got the original mechanism in it, and I think that would be the one to go for. So there you have it. I think it was well worth restoring, and I think it's quite a handsome clock. So thanks for watching.